Maido, hi there, Japan fans. Today's show, we're going to talk about the Chamber of Commerce Showdown. Present, Master Shimasho. This is the 8th year of the Presentation Japan series podcast, and we are beaming around the world to you from sunny Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, Dale Carnegie Tokyo franchise owner, the president of Dale Carnegie Tokyo Training, and the 3-time best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery, which is Zaegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anatamo Present no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muda ni suru no wa yamimashou. And my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery, and all are available on Amazon. Through this podcast, I want to help you become a better speaker to be 1, clear, 2, confident, 3, persuasive, 4, highly influential with those around you. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We are not being sponsored by Libsyn, but we value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike many other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow access to your private information by anyone. Here is our daily podcast lineup on Apple Podcasts. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show podcast. Tuesday, the Presentations Japan series, and every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series, and every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto show. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery Show podcast, and Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, this is episode number 411. Today we're talking about storytelling in public speaking in Japan, harsh lessons from the Chamber of Commerce Showdown. I had 2 interesting experiences last week. One was watching the aspirants for a top position in a Chamber of Commerce go head-to-head for the votes of the members by giving talks about why they should be elected. I love attending these type of events because, as an instructor of public speaking, I know there are always a lot of life and business lessons about to be revealed. They had 5 minutes each, which is quite long, actually. With that amount of leeway, there is a tremendous opportunity to use storytelling to reinforce key points and make numbers memorable. Sadly, ambitious leaders didn't use these tools at their ready disposal. Telling us about their resume is boring. Telling us what you are going to do is doubtful. Quoting numbers to back up any claims doesn't really resonate. How about a different tack? Why not tell a series of stories which underline your past contributions in human terms and bring ideas to flesh and blood reality? They could have talked about the impact they had through the prism of individuals they touched through their efforts and decisions. Putting flesh on the bones of the activities makes them all the more compelling and relatable. Any initiative has consequences and some outcomes. Telling us what happened to the people affected. How did it improve their lives or business? Were there any concrete gains which flowed from an initiative you took? Even in the case of a future decision, there will be impacts, and we should take those possibilities and weave in a hypothetical outcome and how it would play out for those benefiting from it. Actually, it hasn't happened yet, but we take decisions for change on the basis that what we are going to do will bring in something better and different. We can use a fictitious story to describe that future, even if it isn't a reality as yet. We outline a future which hasn't been delivered yet, but if elected, we will make this story a reality and make it happen. Wrapping up numbers in stories is a great way to make sure the achievements we are publicizing register in the brains and memories of the audience. We hear the numbers, but we recall stories. If the numbers are woven into the story, we will be able to recall them, and therefore they will have greater impact. Every time you go to nominate numbers, think, how can I wrap these in a story which involves people and make the numbers more real? Find out when we come back from the break. Our show today is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in Japanese, we do them in English, we do them in our super safe classroom, and we do them live online. Our show today is being brought to you by, on the 5th and 6th of December, we're doing our high impact presentations course. And then we'll do another one on the 22nd, 23rd of February. Our website is www.dale-carnegie.co.jp. Email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, then we have over 2,300 there for you at Tokyo, Japan, Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We release 3 shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, that's the premier business show on Japan, every Monday, Tokyo time. Fridays, we have the Japan Business Mastery Show, and on Saturdays, we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders from SMEs right up to the corporate captains of industry on one topic, leading in Japan. Now, every second Thursday, we release the Business Pro television show. Don't forget to grab my business best-selling books on Japan on Amazon. Japan Sales Mastery, which is Saegyo in Japanese, Japan Business Mastery, and Japan Presentations Mastery, or in Japanese, Anata mo Presen no Tachijin. My other books include Stop Wasting Money on Training, which in Japanese is Training de Okane o Muri ni suru no wa yamemashou. And my just released new book is Japan Leadership Mastery. And all are available on Amazon. Welcome back. The other missing piece was emphasis on what was being said. Both speakers kept the same volume and power throughout their 5 minutes. However, not every word or phrase has the same value or impact. Some elements can be highlighted by turning up a vocal lamp to high beam on the key words. We hit a word or phrase with power, or by employing a secretive audible whisper. We project the power of the content above everything else. This is what makes it stand out. I was reminded of this when listening to a classical music piano solo performance. The Japanese pianist was excellent, and the pieces of music he chose had their crescendos and lulls as he worked his magic on the keys. Between some of the pieces, he would take the mic and make a few comments about what he was playing and why. What I found interesting was that he was Johnny One Note when he took the mic. He had just been employing crescendos and lulls in his performance with his instrument, but not when he spoke. Every word was given the same treatment, and therefore no particular points were highlighted. He didn't carry forth his magic on the piano to his speaking, and didn't use the same amazing tool for his talk as he employed in his music. For him, they were unrelated. The problem is a lack of training in how to do public speaking and a lack of self-awareness. Our pianist didn't bridge from what he did on the keys of the piano to what he could do with his vocal cords. I would extend the same observation to other musicians who use their vocal cords as their primary instrument, singers, and observe the same phenomenon. During their comments between songs, the singers will employ a flat range in their voice. This is just after having hit high and low notes in their performance. Like the pianist, they don't seem to connect the two ideas together. As speakers, we should always be looking to tell stories to make our points more accessible. We should also tell those stories employing highs and lows in our vocal range to make them more interesting. Nobody else is doing this. So we have an uncontended, open field of possibilities right in front of us, ripe for the taking. Did you get value from today's show? If you did, then share the love around with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast. Until the next episode, go out there and apply the learnings from today and become a presentations legend amongst your circle. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in next week. Remember, I'm in your corner, your go-to guy for soft skills training in Tokyo, committed to your success here in Nippon.